Hello, good morning, Empower Tribe. Welcome back to another episode of Daily Reflection. I'm so excited to see you. Well, today I am looking a little bit shabby. Well, no makeup, just me. I like to kind of show the real side of me. I don't feel like we always have to be made up, and you come as you are, and that's completely fine. And I just wanted to share today's daily reflection again from the Book of Awakening. I hope you found some value in some of the things that I've shared. Like I said, it's very simple yet powerful, thoughts to really think about that can really impact your life, and really to look within versus looking at outside factors that might impact you. So today's reflection, here, let me get to the page. So today's reflection is about forgiveness. The pain was necessary to know the truth, but we don't have to keep the pain alive to keep the truth alive. This is what has kept me from forgiveness. The feeling that all I've been through will evaporate if I don't relieve it. That if those who have hurt me don't see what they've done, my suffering would have been for nothing. In this, the stone I throw in the lake knows more than I. Its ripples vanish. What it really comes down to is the clearness of heart to stop defining who I am, but by those who have hurt me, and to take up the risk to love myself, to validate my own existence, pain and all, from the center out. As anyone who has been wronged can attest, in order to keep the fire for justice burning, we need to keep burning our wounds open as perpetual evidence. Living like this, it is impossible to heal. Living like this, we become our own version of Prometheus, having our innards eaten daily by some large bird of woundedness. Forgiveness has deeper rewards than excusing someone for how they have hurt us. The deeper healing comes in the exchange of our resentments for inner freedom. At last, the wound, even if never acknowledged by the other person, can heal and our life can continue. It is useful to realize that the word forgive originally meant both to give and receive, to give for. In keeping with the original meaning, we can see that the inner reward for forgiveness is the exchange of life, the give and take between our soul and the universe. It is hard to comprehend how this works, yet the mystery of true forgiveness waits in letting go of our ledgers of injustice and retribution in order to regain the feeling in our heart. We can only hope to begin this exchange today, now, by forgiving what's broken in each other and imagining through love how these holy pieces go together. So I can definitely relate when it comes to the topic of forgiveness. I believe I've shared that I have my fair share of trauma and abuse in my life. The main abuser is my mom. And I don't think she realized that she did that over the years because that's all she knew. As parents, as a mother myself, we do the best that we can, based on what we know, based on what we observe, based on what we've learned. And my brought up was quite rough, and it's impacted me up until today. You don't realize how much you impact your children, just by the things that you do, the things that you say, and how you treat them, and how that create that self-esteem as they grow up as an adult. Over the years, there's a lot of abuse, there's a lot of putting down. In fact, one of my clients was just sharing with me about how she felt like nobody understands her. She always get yelled at. She always get put down and criticized by her family. And as you can tell, once or twice is fine, but through the lengths of years and months, it really beats down on your self-esteem. And that's what happened to me. And to this day, my mother hasn't apologized. She didn't think that she did anything wrong. And I forgive her for it. It is really hard because she's not really in my life. And the situation, it got so toxic, even when I became an adult. I remember I was like maybe in my late 20s, almost 30 years old, and I'm still looking for my mother's approval. And I know it sounds funny, but we all do. We all am looking for approval. And whenever she said something or she comments something, it will really hurt me, or it will make me think about things that doesn't serve me. And finally I said, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I am no longer going to tolerate that. I'm no longer going to allow that. I'm an adult. And I told her, I said, you know, all these years, all these things that you did to me, you never once apologized. You never once said, I'm sorry. You never once tried to understand me. You only know, you only know how to put me down. And and I think that was a very powerful moment for me. I think I felt like at that moment I really grew into a woman, you know, where I'm able to speak my mind. I'm able to tell her how I feel, and really that's all that matters, because I'm telling her that I'm taking my power back. My power belongs to me. You cannot do this to me anymore. I don't allow it, and enough is enough. And I told her that I forgive her for what she's done to me, and I am going to keep my doors open. And it's really up to her to initiate that conversation, to initiate the relationship. My doors will always be open, but the ball is in her court. And that was a changing moment for me. That was like years ago now, like 7-8 years ago. Yeah, almost 10 years now. And we haven't communicated with each other. She hasn't really taken the step to continue the relationship, and that's completely fine. I did that for me ultimately, you know, and in order for me to forgive her, in order for me to not let that run my life anymore, I had to tell her the truth, because all growing up I was a obedient daughter. I never spoke a word, or you know, backtalk her. I never you know, fight her. I just accept it. And it has done a fair share of damage to my self-esteem, to my self-confidence. But I realized that she's not going to come rescue me, and she's not going to change anytime soon. And I have to continue with my life. I have to be a role model for my children of what they allow and not allow in their life. And so I chose to tell her the truth, and I chose to forgive her. A lot of times we think that just because we forgive, then there is no consequence, or there is no they don't pay the price for what they've done. But um it's not really about that. You know, you're not really looking for retribution. You're really looking for this what do you call it, closure to that moment in time, closure to that relationship, closure to how you feel, closure to speaking the truth, and leave it as that and move on. Because you know what, the hurt has been done, the damage has been caused. I'm still paying the price for it, but now it's time for me to not live in the past and think about what she's done, how she hasn't said sorry once, how it's damaged me. And there are moments, you know, through my highs and lows where I'm like, you know, if you had raised me differently, if you had taught me these things, if you had showed me more compassion, more love, maybe I would love myself more, especially in my lowest of lows. Trust me, that happens too. I'm not perfect. I do go through moments like that, but that doesn't mean that I don't forgive her, and that doesn't mean that whatever is done is forgotten. You know, the scars are still there. I see it every day. It's not on the outside, but it's on the inside, right? And so that's why working on ourselves inside is so important, because nobody can do that for you. And you can go through your life feeling mad, upset, disappointed, and I'm disappointed. You know, I haven't shared this, but I have a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old that she has not seen. She's seen through a camera. If you don't know background wise, I'm from Singapore originally. My mom lives in Singapore, and she flew to Switzerland to see my brother, because my brother married a Switzerland girl, and you know, now they started a family. They just had a newborn, and she went there to visit him, but she's never come here once to visit me and my boys. And she's never once sent a birthday gift for my kids. She never once you know, call or show concern. And it is something that I have to come to terms with. You know, what I expect or what I think or what I imagine her to be is not what she can be. It's not something that she can give. And ultimately, when I make that decision to empower myself, to make that decision to forgive her, and to now take back my power, and to be a new person, and not let anything or anyone make me feel less than. And the past is in the past, and now I can come to terms with all the years of wounds and trauma and abuse that I have to now come to terms with. Because in order for you to come to terms and to heal yourself and to empower yourself to move beyond that, you kind of have to go past that forgiveness phase. And it's not easy. It's not easy, you know. Even now, I'm almost 40. I'm wishing that I can have a connection with my mom. I wish that I can have a relationship with her. But relationship is ultimately a two-way street, and you can't force it. And in order for me to move on with my life, I have to forgive, you know, because I want to show my kids that you are strong enough, you are better than the situation, and you can make a difference by thinking for yourself and make that step and take that step to forgive. I'm just sharing with you my life story because I feel like it's a good example of forgiveness. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I don't struggle with it not every now and then. But the main thing is I'm not letting it consume me. I think when you are unforgiving, or when sometimes you don't even realize that you are not forgiving of others, you don't realize. And it eats you up. It really does, you know, because all you can think is about that situation, how you were treated, and how you can't believe they did that to you, how you can't believe that someone like that would do that to you. But you know, ladies, you are so much stronger than that. And you have the power. You have the power, remember, to make a change, to take back your power by forgiving. And I think that that's a powerful thing. And ladies, I know many of us are struggling, and none of us are perfect, but know that I'm here to support you. I specialize in working with empaths, HSP, people who are going through emotional trauma and healing. And I've personally been down that road myself, and I know how self-destructive it can be on your self-esteem and how it makes you look at the world. But the world is not how our experience make it seem to be. And the only way for us to discover the beauty and to live in our full power is to really work on ourselves and how we perceive the world, because the world's not going to change around us. It's really how we change the lens of our world that is going to make the world a better place for ourselves. So stop punishing yourself. Stop not loving yourself. Take back your power. Think about it. I know it's a very difficult, it's a difficult decision, but when you make that decision, it really makes you so much stronger. If you're interested in working with me, check out my website, www.herempoweredlife.com. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram on Her Empowered Life. So just Instagram.com/herempoweredlife or Facebook.com/empoweredlife. Well, ladies, I know it's a little bit of a heavy topic, but it's an important one to talk about. And I want you to take back your power today, however you want to do it. If you don't know how to do it, you need help, I am here to support you. Know that you're not alone. We all hurt at some point, but let's move on. Let's move forward. Let's go stronger together. And until then, I would talk to you very soon. Bye, guys.